simple and exponential, and there's a whole lot more. I'll do exponential, and I can set my color for that and save it. So right here, I can see that this is my 12th EMA, and I can go into my indicators again and now add a 26 EMA. And I can choose a separate color for this, because imagine I choose the same one, then I wouldn't be able to identify it. Okay, that's a little too bright. Let's try that one. Okay, so now I can see this is my 12 and that's my 26. And just like I mentioned, your golden cross is when your 12 crosses above the 26. So if I zoom in here, is anyone able to identify a golden cross on this screen here? Right here. This is where my golden cross occurred. And this is where I will have a buy signal. And the dead cross happened all the way down here. And this is a sell signal. If I wanted to add something else, RSI, for example, you can see there's lots and lots of indicators. So don't go like just try to learn every single one. No one uses all of them. You also definitely want to limit and craft your own tools, so to speak, or weapons in your artillery. Limited, but not too much, because if you have too many, then you end up in what is called analysis paralysis, where you're just over-analyzing but never entering a trade. Like right here, I could have a buy signal, but then my RSI is not quite yet at 70, and then I'm also looking at Bollinger Bands, and then I'm also looking at ADX, I'm looking at something else, and everything would not always fit at the same time. Your MACD could not have crossed over yet, or your average cross hasn't hit yet, so you just want to have a few that you can look at, but start by understanding each one separately. When you have each one understood separately, they can bring it together to tell a story. Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, so I wanted to ask, what would you say, like top 3 to 5 things that we should be focusing on? So like RSI was one, the support and resistance levels. Like if you really just want to be like honed in, or what would be the key ones to focus on? Because like I said, there are a lot.
Yeah, there are a lot.
And also, can you do another example with another stock besides Amazon when you're finished?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
EMA for sure, RSI, and like these are just starting points. As you get more and more knowledgeable about this, then you can start like expanding to other ones. For example, like Bollinger Bands. Thelma uses something similar to the Bollinger Bands called the Ichimoku. But it's just that you have to have prior knowledge of the simpler ones before going into something more complex like the Ichimoku. So there are building blocks to which you can definitely get on more complex ones.
Right, so I don't use Bollinger or all that. I use the Ichimoku, RSI, and like I said, the support and resistance is the most important to grasp first before you even start adding these indicators or even getting some more complex indicators like the ones I use, such as Hakinashi or Ichimoku and stuff like that.
Yes, but to choose my top start is EMAs for sure, support and resistance, RSI, and also volume. Volume is is a very low or overlooked indicator, and that would be somewhere in your chart at the bottom. Let me see if I can add it here. Usually should be on the chart by default. Okay, let's see. Okay, there it is. So volume is another thing you can look at, just to see if you're currently over the average. So here, this looks like the average volume, and I can see those spikes where there's more activity than the average. So those four, couple them together, would be a very great start as far as to practicing. And what other ticker symbol do you want to look at?
Yeah.
Do you have any in mind? Tesla, Apple? We can probably do. And you can see that I still have this EMAs on my chart. By changing the ticker symbol, this should not remove anything. So once you set up your trading platform once, that's it. You don't have to touch anything anymore because everything stays the same. So this is Tesla. And zoom out and zoom in. So here again, are you able to see the golden crosses and the death cross? So right here, this is a death cross, 1200 to 26. Didn't touch here. And right here is where it actually crossed back over for a golden cross. So for this type of play, this is not an initial call entry, but this is an initial put entry to exit down here or whenever you're satisfied with the profit. So that's another example you have there. You could go through here and just put different tickers all day and look through as you're learning. Does that help? Okay. Any other questions?